How's it going, everyone? I have a massive amount of Star Wars Black Series figures to put away. All of the Force Awakens Series 1 and 2. I even have a couple figures before that, the exclusives as well. And you can also see I have these cool little Hot Wheels ships that I found at the Dollar Tree. You guessed it, for $1. So I'm going to show you actually where I put those too. First area we're going to look at is my Trooper slash Jedi section, and you can see I've got all my clones in there and a few of the Jedis that they've put out as well. I have a couple figures I'm going to put into this section that's kind of a before look. The first is actually the Senate Guard from the Guardians of Evil 4-pack. He really doesn't have like another place to go in the collection, so I'm just going to kind of put him in the back behind the Jedi, kind of showing, the past, the Clone Wars type of thing. I'm going to stick my Qui-Gon figure over in the far back corner, and Anakin's going to go in front of all of these figures, so you'll have kind of this nice moving back in time Jedi effect. In the very front, I'm going to take my Toys R Us exclusive Gree figure, and I am going to use the binoculars, and I'm going to put him nicely in front of all of the other troops. And then going over to the evil side, I have kind of this division with the clones on one side and then the Empire on the other. So this is my Empire before look. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of those extra carded figures out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my two Imperial Guards. One's just the regular Black Series figure. The other is from the Guardians of Evil set. I'm going to put them on either side, flanking the Emperor and Vader. And this one's really hard to see, but there's the Shadow Guard, and I'm going to put him actually right behind the Emperor, right next to Vader. He just kind of blends in, though, because he's all black. I've moved some of my figures up to the top, including my Sand Troopers, and they're going to stand next to where the Sand Trooper is in the Entertainment Earth 4-pack. And I've also kind of squished things over a little bit so that I would have room to put my Inferno Squad TIE Fighter pilot. I only have one of these so far, so he's going to be kind of my commander of my regular TIE Fighter guys, if you will. The next thing we have is the Imperial Squad Trooper, or Imperial Death Squad Trooper as he's called, and he's just going to kind of fit in with the other troopers. He's another figure that doesn't quite have a place, so he just kind of gets stuck in there. The last figure I'm going to add to this section is actually my Thrawn. I thought about putting him over in the Rebel section, but I think I just want him over on the end just to add a little bit of color to an otherwise kind of boring section. Going down one shelf, this is kind of my odds and ends section, and as we kind of zoom in there, I have my mini Hoth section, along with a tiny little Tatooine section. And I'm going to put a few figures in here. The first, I'm going to put the Spirit of Obi-Wan Walgreens exclusive, and I'm going to put him right in front of my Wampa, and you can of course see Luke there, and it's an appropriate place for that figure to be. I then have the Jawa and also the Tusken Raider, both from the 40th anniversary collection. I'm going to put them with my R5. I'm actually going to put Luke's speeder in this kind of area too, so I'm kind of leaving a little bit of space. Around the side of the Jabba box, I have my Maz, and Maz is actually a really cool figure. If you don't have her, you should pick her up. But again, I'm also going to have Rey Speeder over here once I finally get it out of packaging. Here's my Hera, and Hera, of course, goes with the other figures from Rebels, and I really hope that they give us the rest of the figures. I'm one of these folks that really doesn't like it when they give us like 3 out of 5 of something. Here is Admiral Akbar from the TRU 2-pack. I have him leaning against a wing, if you will, in my Rebel section. He's a little top-heavy because of his ginormous head. And in the same section, I have my General Leia figure, and I have her standing next to Han Solo, but kind of centered in my Resistance fighter section. Moving along here, and this is kind of fun that we have some figures we can mix back into the Force Awakens, and that's the case with the Target exclusive Executioner Trooper. I'm going to fit him in with the rest of my First Order Stormtroopers. And then the officer, whose name is Dylan, I'm actually going to put in this section too, kind of in between my TIE fighter pilots and Captain Phasma there, but behind the regular troopers. I also found the 3-pack from Rogue One at a Ross, and I've kind of put those extra figures in there. They've just kind of added to my sprawling Rogue One army section. And then I have a newer section for The Force Awakens, and I'm still waiting on my Snoke. I think it's coming today, but you can kind of see I've already started to plot out where I'm going to put things. One of the things I have in this section is the Rex figure, just because I don't have anywhere else to put it, but I have the new Kylo Ren figure in there too. He's getting cheaper by the day. Another figure you might want to check out if you haven't already. And then I've got my two Praetorian Guards in front of my ever-growing Porg collection, and I'm going to put Snoke's throne in there as soon as I get a hold of it. And up at the top you can see I have my 3 3/4 Walmart exclusives. Around the corner I have Finn in Disguise and also the Poe Dameron. The Poe Dameron is again a figure that doesn't really have kind of a section, so I'm hoping that that'll work for his figure. The Rey and Luke figures, I have a shelf down in front of my Force Link Toys R Us exclusive. I don't have the lightsaber out because I just got a new kitten, and lightsabers and kittens do not mix. Remember those Dollar Tree Hot Wheels vehicles? Well, I put a large amount of them behind my Disney exclusive protocol droids. You can kind of see them lined up, mostly TIE fighters there. And then I've taken the ships from the new movie and I've put them just on a front shelf. They're nice and short, so they do really, really well at putting them in the front. You can still see the figures nicely in the back. And then the other ones I just have on the shelf that we saw with Luke and Rey. And again, I might kind of distribute them around my collection, but for now they're just kind of on this shelf. There's only one ship that is an exception, and that's of course, the Ghost, and that's up in my Rebels section near my Rebels figures. Stay tuned for more. I'm getting a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff as we're getting closer to Christmas. The next thing that I actually want to review is this atrocious playset that I got from Amazon just the other day. Thanks for watching.